Hey, what's going on guys, Fuad here. Welcome back to another Middle Eastern video. As you saw from the title, we speak today about a few tips on how to attract a Middle Eastern man. Obviously, it's important to acknowledge that men want women for two reasons, either for casual hookup or for committed relationship. And for casual hookups, these standards are very low. You don't need much. A good face and a beautiful body and you're ready to go. And if you have a good personality, that's just an added bonus. But when it comes to commitment and long-term relationship, potentially marriage, then the checklist is different. From a Middle Eastern perspective, there are few points that we evaluate, and some men might tolerate few things when they are missing, some men might not. But I think that the points that we will discuss today are vital in order to have a lasting cross-cultural marriage. So these will be my views on this topic. Take them for what they are worth, and without any further ado, let's dive into the video. First thing first is modesty. Being modest both in real life and across social media platforms. We can't neglect social media because this is a huge part of everyone's life in this day and age. And believe or not, it is very attractive when the woman is less active on social media. It is hard because now everyone is so active on social media, but it is attractive, especially if you know the woman in person, you've met her in person, she has a life, but she still doesn't share much, or if she shares, she's modest, she's selective of the things that she shares on social media. And this is good because not everyone gets to see what she's doing. Not everyone gets to know her fully as the people who are close to her. And so this is attractive. While it's maybe difficult, but it is attractive. And you know what's even more attractive is when the woman has private account on social media. Whatever the platform is, when it's private, it's attractive. The second point is personality. And here comes the idea of how you present yourself. I recently shared a quote on Instagram, which is, the way you speak is half of your beauty. And it's really true. You find sometimes women with men who are not that attractive, but it's their personality that attract the women to them. And the same, I see women who are not so attractive physically, but they are so attractive, with their personality. The way they speak, their sense of humor, the way they walk, the way they smile, the things they say, the stories they tell, their demeanor. And there's this psychological concept that you can put in use in this matter. It's called the halo effect, which refers to the cognitive bias in us when we are looking at other people and how we perceive them. If we see that a person has a positive trait, we tend to assume that he has other positive traits. If he is kind, then he must be also smart. If he is good looking, that he must have also other positive traits without us having a direct evidence. We have inclination to buy from the salesman more than the other one, and they are selling the same product. Why is that? Point number 3 is friends. You are the sum of the 4 people or the 5 people you spend your time with. This is an old quote, I think, who said it? I think it was Jim Rohn, I'm not sure. But I can tell a lot about you just by looking at the people you hang out with. If you hang out with smokers, you will become a smoker. If you hang out with people who gossip, you will also start to gossip. If not the first week, not the first month, after a while you will get few things from the group of people that you hang out with. So the group of people with whom you hang out with are a reflection of who you are, of what you value, and what you admire in people. So make sure you don't hang out with people that you are not so proud of what they are doing, of what they value, because this is an image. They can harm it by negative influence. If you hang out with drug addicts, you will most likely become a drug addict. They can harm you by having a bad reputation. If we know that these people are, I don't know why I had this example of drug addicts a lot, but if we say that these people are, what can I say? I'm out of examples here. But if we say that these women are feminists, then I will know that you are a feminist, right? So reputation can be damaged by the circle of women you hang out with. And it is normal because, there is judgment by association. If I see you with certain people and I am a police officer and I suspect something about only one person, I will also now try to look at all of you, because if you hang out all together, then you are associated. This is judgment by association, And there is also missed opportunities, because if I am considering you as a wife and I'm trying to evaluate whether you'd be a good wife, you might miss an opportunity to have a family just because you were with the wrong people. And also have in mind that if you hang out with people who are negative, they can drain you emotionally. This is extremely important. We want an agreeable woman with a welcoming, warm demeanor. And if you hang out with women who are always complaining, they are upset, they are not happy with life, they are not content, then you will also get their energy, you will become like them. See, there are a lot of things that are related to the people you hang out with. You know, some women might affect you in a bad way just out of jealousy. So if you are naive, you would just believe their superficial compliments and you will not see through their actions that they are not friends and you shouldn't be spending time with them. So I don't want to have you lose all your friends by the end of the video, so we will finish with this point and move to the next. The fourth point is health. And here you need to be mentally and also physically healthy. If you see that you are not physically okay, you have hard time to walk, hard time to sit, you are overweight, you can work on these things. There is no age limit to that. And mental health comes to what you eat, what you consume, and the people you hang out with. It's a combination of many things. Your mental health can be affected also by past experiences. Depends on your own situation. Try to fix yourself. And to add a point on the mental health, you are what you eat. What you eat affects your mood, your thinking. So have a clean diet. This is very important. Forget about the fast food, forget about the sugar, don't eat sugar. And in terms of also mental health, you are better off mentally if you don't have social media. And it depends on what the algorithm is showing you. If it's educational content, then okay, it's fine. But if it's not educational content, if it's models that you're comparing yourself with, or if it's couples that you're comparing your life with, it's not good. Try to take yourself out of this because it's damaging you. Even when it comes to content that is educational, make sure that this educational content is something that you're putting into practice. It's not just hits of dopamine that are affecting your attention span only. So make sure the content that you're consuming is something that's bringing value into your life and it's something that is practical, that's something you can use. Otherwise, why you're using it, why you're wasting your time? Your time is the most valuable resource. The minute that passes by, you cannot get it back. So make sure that the time that you're spending online is something that is contributing to your well-being, whether mentally or physically. Make sure that you're getting benefit from that. Okay, moving from that point to the next. A lot of people now say, you don't need a degree. You don't need to go to college. You don't need this. You don't need that. Maybe now in this day and age, you don't need to go to college to have a job, to have to be hired somewhere, but you need to be educated. When we go to propose to a woman, the father tend always to ask if the man is educated, what level of education he has. And they will tell him he has this degree in, social science or whatever the degree is, right? So for women, it is also the same. We want to know how educated the woman is. And it's not in order for her to get a job, but it's always better to have a woman who is educated because this will shape the family. This will shape how well the kids will be. Educated parents will have different kids than uneducated parents. And if you don't have maybe a college degree, it is good for you to be a woman who is reading. You're reading things, you're reading books. It expands your vision, your horizons. You don't have to go and take a loan and go to college. Read and be educated. So have this in mind. Don't speak, of course, about your thesis once you meet the man, but it's good if you are educated. And it doesn't have, as I said, to be a diploma or something, because, if a man has, degree in mathematics, what will that serve? But it's good, you're mentally different when you educate yourself, Number 6 is lineage. I don't know how to best articulate this, but we kind of see if we can associate with your family, because the families are mixed together and the land is what brought these kids. You can consider families as lands, and when you look at the family, you want to know what are their values, what are their backgrounds, where they come from, because they were the one who raised you, and they will be the family that the man will be in contact with, potentially also introducing them to his family. And they want to see if there is connection, if it's compatible at all. In our countries, we say that Marry from your tribe because they know your value and they know where you come from. If you marry someone who doesn't know you, they will treat you as if you were one of them. And if they are treating themselves in a bad way, then they will treat you also in a bad way. Not because they hate you, but this is the norm in their family. This is the norm. Do you understand? So try to pick also a family that's respectful to match the standards of your family, you know? But yeah, if you're from a totally different country, then this might be neglected. As I said, there are things that are neglected, and this might be neglected. This point can be neglected actually, because you are totally from a different culture, from a different country, and this might not play a role in the selecting process or in the evaluation process. But this is something we do when we are selecting within the same country. Number 7 is faith, and it is the most important one. So you could say that we started by the least important. It was randomly put, but faith is the first and most important point. If you're not close with God, and if you don't have respect towards God in what you do in your daily life, then we can assume that you will also not have respect towards the relationship and towards us. Trust is built on shared beliefs. The religion might be different, but God is one. And if there is no connection with God, then we don't expect or assume that there will be respect in the relationship, even if it sounds good in the beginning. Any wise man will know that this is not a good match. And and this is also a point that some men would neglect as well. But we tend to see how these relationships fail at the end. So yeah, faith should have been put at the top of this list. But yeah, this is at least a reward or an important point that you get to see since you stayed here until the end of the video. So yeah, that's the points I have prepared in this video. I hope you got some value from them. Let me know what you think in the comment section, and I will catch you in the next one. Take care.